Hey.
It's been nights I can't sleep through the pain. A lot of shit going on in my brain. I'm running back, starting off as a rookie on the bench. Nowadays I'm a star and I'm playing. And I'll never go down like it's limbo. That's my pot ticket slice like I'm Kimbo. I thought this music shit when I was little. Now I'm still in the game like
I'd like to welcome my first guest of 2021 officially, Dyvonne Thornton. He's fighting for Sparta on the 30th of this month here in January. And so that means we're about 2 weeks out from your fight, man. And you fight in the flyweight division. Of course, we already discussed that's my favorite division of all time. So we're now starting to lay off the heavy sparring. We're probably just worried about the cardio, or not the cardio, sorry, the weight, right? So you're doing a lot of cardio to get that weight off. Go ahead and tell me right now in camp, what are some of the things that you're doing the last couple weeks in preparation for your fight?
A lot of jiu-jitsu, rolling around, MMA type of jiu-jitsu, ground and pound. Top guy has the gloves on, sweep, submit, get up, restart. That going about an hour straight hard, no breaks. And a lot of light tech sparring, just filling out combos, touching here and there, working in some wall wrestling, a lot of running. I mean, I do that really outside of the gym, my running. Inside of the gym is more technique and grinding. But really, it's been a lot of jiu-jitsu, trying to get ready because my guy is a 10th planet guy. 10th planet guys are tricky, got to give the credit where it's due. So a lot of jiu-jitsu, and that's really what the camp's been so far for the last about, I'd say, week and a half. Before that, like a lot of heavy sparring and a lot of live wrestling. But like you said, we're cutting off of that a little bit now because we're about 2 weeks out.
Yeah, and I found when I was competing, we're talking about almost a decade ago already, but the jiu-jitsu and the wrestling are like two of the biggest areas where you can actually get hurt. I know that you can get hurt in sparring. You can get a cut that can pull you out of a fight or, something like that. But I remember injuring my hand because I rolled on top of it this way. You know what I mean? So, and then I also injured a finger because one of the guys had grabbed it when we were rolling. So what are some of the things the fighters are doing these days to kind of, counteract those kinds of little accidents that can pull you out of a fight real close to it?
You really got to be smart, especially when you're wrestling and jiu-jitsu, obviously. Just leave your ego at the door. I'm sure people talk about that all the time, but man, the cliche things are some of the most true things ever. So leave that ego at the door. Someone gets that armbar locked up, they don't even need the pressure, just tap. If you're wrestling, don't go for the stupid takedown, roll your ankle, because I've been the victim of that plenty of times. I've wrestled for a long time, and I don't know that wrestler mindset. I want the takedown. I want the takedown, and power through it. Rolled your ankle, sprained your wrist, doing stupid things, not, thinking. So nowadays, it's use your head while you're training. Train smart,
Yeah, I was probably in that transition there before fighters got smart. We were just all thick-headed because I know that when I was training, that was it. It's like you're gonna get in a fist fight, you're gonna get hurt. So just whatever happens, happens. I never missed weight. I never pulled out of a fight. And one thing is I got hurt more outside of the fight than I ever did inside of the fight. So one question that I really do fail to ask a lot is inside of training. It doesn't have to be your training camp or even this one in particular, but what are some like freak accidents that have happened that, that have made an injury? Like I said, rolling your hand, pulling your finger, something outside of this camp. What kind of injuries are we looking at these days?
Take it back to wrestling. Just going live, because wrestling practice is 90% live, 10% drilling. So when you're going live, you're about to get taken down by your partner, your guy you're always with. You're like, oh no, I want this. I want him to talk about it. I went and caught. It was right before a conference, my freshman year. I went to catch the takedown, being stupid and ignorant, and I hyperextended my elbow and was walking in the conference second seated and had to sit out That because of practice. Yep. It's like, man. And after that, I wasn't really that stupid at practice. And I'm glad it happened early, freshman year in high school, being stupid. And I was like, probably shouldn't be like that again.
Yeah. Get that out of the way nice and early.
Yeah.
And you really do learn from these types of accidents. So this is your debut, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. What are the nerves like going into this fight, it being your first time? I know that a lot of training camp prepares you for that. And if you have the right group of guys, really there is no nerves. But where are you at on that spectrum?
Honestly, I am really surprised how I've handled it mentally. I thought I'd be a lot more nervous because even in some of the wrestling matches I've been in, big wrestling matches, I've gotten really nervous and in my head. But honestly, so far, everything has been pretty good mentally. I've had my moments. You would be lying if you're about to get ready for war and say you haven't been nervous. Just earlier today, I thought about it for a little bit. That would be a complete lie, but surprisingly pretty good. But I've had that mood like, man, I want to put on a show. That's what it's about. I want to go out there and put on a show. I got people supporting me. I want me and my opponent to go to war. That's like, I don't want to disappoint, win or lose. Like, no matter what, I just want a show.
I think
That's
that's
what
a great mindset. I think that's a great mindset, and the fact that you put it as win or lose, right? Because it's MMA, anything can happen. You can lose. You know,
Forearms, gloves.
very very few retire undefeated, right?
Yeah.
So these things do happen. Once you touch gloves, that's it. I mean, you're basically leaving it up to the universe. So I think that's a very intelligent move, putting that caveat in there for yourself, win or lose, right? But obviously the goal is to win. So what are some things that you may have noticed before you started this camp that you knew you needed to improve and made those improvements?
My defense. I need to be. I noticed because I've only been training MMA for 5 months, like recently. Well, coming on the 20th, 5 months. So we really jump started this whole thing, and I really do feel my progress has skyrocketed. My first time sparring, I was getting punched on, just beat up. I kept coming forward, and I learned how to move my head out of the way. How to move my head out of the way and strike at the same time, how to strike and hold my hand up to my chin so I don't get clipped. Just defense, 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 defense. Because if you can throw, it doesn't matter if you're getting hit.
True, true, true. I know that one of my areas was vision as well, which falls under defense. You know what I mean? And unfortunately, I didn't want to roll. I didn't want to roll the dice and wear contacts when I competed, so I just went in there blind like an idiot. I don't know how any commission let me in there. I tell you, man, it's pretty wild. But defense is a highly underrated skill that one must develop, and I'm glad that that's the thing that you've improved most on because it's the thing you're going to need most in a fight. You know what I mean? You're going to need defense in a fight so that you can
Yeah.
have a career because that's what we all want to do. We all want to have a long, prosperous, a very
Yeah.
good
Pay
career.
it
You know
out.
what I'm
Yeah.
saying? We all want to get to that not the Conor McGregor state, but the Conor McGregor pay. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
Be able to take care of your people.
yeah, defense is definitely going to be your biggest weapon for sure. Now let's talk about your opponent. What does your opponent do well that we got to keep an eye on?
What I know he's an athlete. I've seen a little bit of some tape. I noticed he is an athlete, but I've faced a lot of athletes in my past. Another thing I did notice though is I noticed he's really tough. I've seen a couple of his jujitsu matches, and then I seen some footage of his smokers. And I noticed he's really smart at setting up his spinning attacks.
Ooh.
Yeah. So I mean, it was just some clips here and there, but I tried to, get what I could out of it, and that is what I've seen so far. And
Okay.
he's also rolled with one of my teammates. That's how I got something of that.
Okay.
So that's always a plus.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. Well, going into the fight, confidence, has to be high. And all that confidence is going to come from your training camp, which it sounds like you're doing everything the right way, right at the jump. You know what I mean? Taking your first fight, albeit 5 months in, but it sounds like you and your camp are taking all the necessary steps to make sure that as soon as you get to the fight, you're in peak form, optimal form. You know what I mean? So definitely, and it sounds like you're there mentally as well. So I want to give a nice prop to your team, your coaches, your training
Yeah,
partners.
great
It really
team.
sounds like they got you ready.
Yes, sir. Got Darian Robertson, the Sparta lightweight champion. Coach Mike, UFC vet. You know, also was on Pat Militich's team. He knows what he's talking about. Sergio Penna, black belt. So I'm trusting them. Everything they say. Another Barb Sazanalovich, Mike's wife, and also one of my teammates slash coaches. Trusting everything they're saying, man, because they've done it. They know how to do it.
Well, like I said, it sounds like everybody's got you well prepped for this one. So I'm excited for it. Now, I want to ask you some non-MMA related questions, and this one happens to be my favorite. Once you get your W, your very first W, right? Right after the fight, you got to eat. So what is the victory meal? What is the victory?
My victory meal. I already got my dessert in mind because I already told my girlfriend just last night. I said when I get home, I want a good old cheesecake waiting for me. Because I'm not really eating too much sweets now. Especially 2 weeks out. And cheesecake is my shit. I'm not gonna lie to you, man. Ask anyone that knows me, they know I love some cheesecake. I told her last night, big old cheesecake waiting for me at home. So I had to say, I'm gonna have to skip to dessert after that good old dub. Bringing it back to says MMA and get me a cheesecake when I get home.
So that's it. Just cheese. You're just gonna eat the whole thing, aren't you?
The whole thing. That's me. Yep. And then we're gonna go right back to eating good right after that because I want to fast. I want to fight again right after that.
Okay, and outside of fighting, what are some things that you like to do? Like me personally, I love going hiking. I love fishing. Okay, you catch me outdoors, chances are I'm doing something like that. So what are some things outside of fighting that you like to do?
Man, I work a lot. So yeah, man, the biggest thing I do when I'm not, at the gym or at work, I'm relaxing. I like to FaceTime my mom because she's in Wisconsin. I'm in Colorado, and just really like relaxing, man. Because I work a lot, go to the gym whenever I can. Gotta get that body refilled and replenished.
Okay, now you told me before that you're from Wisconsin and you made the move to Colorado. So let's talk about home for a second. Are we a cheesehead?
Nah, I lived in New Orleans for a little bit when I was younger, so that's where I adopted my football. Who
Okay,
my
okay.
teams I like. I'm a Saints fan and I'm a Tiger fan.
Well, I'll tell you
Hard.
what, man. The wife would approve. The wife would approve.
I like that.
It's a bummer because this is going to be Drew's last season, and they're
Man,
not going to make it a big game.
hey. I think we got it. If we get past Green Bay, I think it's us. Green
I
Bay
don't.
is the test. That's the
We're
test.
the
Because
shit right now.
whoever wins that, I think, is the Super Bowl champion.
We're the
Whoever
shit
wins.
right now. So I think Green Bay because that's my team. I
That's
think
your
we're gonna.
team.
Yeah.
Hey
Hmm.
man, like I said, whoever wins, because we're gonna beat the Bucks. Brady doesn't want to see us again, and then it's gonna be Green Bay and New Orleans. Whoever wins that, I think wins the bowl.
Okay.
We're saying it right here live on Head Kick.
There you go. All right. So now, when you're running, okay, because you like to do that outside of the gym and outside of work, right? So when you're running, I assume we're listening to music, correct? All right, what's on your playlist, man?
On my playlist, my walkout song is gonna be one of my boys. His name is Dizzy Mufasa. He's definitely on my playlist. Chef G. I love some 50. I gotta go. I'd get the old school Lil Wayne. Got it from the boot. And another one, Joey Badass.
Okay.
Joey Bad. Got to.
Okay. You'll have to send me your walkout song so I can bump that shit.
Hey, I got you, brother. I got you.
Yeah, I'll thump it for your boy.
Hell yeah, man. Yeah, he'll love that. You'll love the song.
Awesome. Awesome. Okay, now we've come to the point in the interview where, and I've already started it a little bit, but I kind of want to give you as much time as you'd like to thank, any training partners, coaches, friends, family, sponsors, if you have any, because we know I do, right? Um, Anybody you'd like to thank, because I've already given your team props, but if you want to call them out by name and give them a proper thank you here out on the show, just take as much time as you'd like, man.
From my team, Darian Robinson. Obviously, I already said something about him. Barb has been a great help. Robbie, man, he's getting me ready for that 10th planet tricky stuff, man. Robbie, I'd have to say Josh Kynes. That man's a monster. He made his pro BJJ debut a couple months back. He's a beast. Man, there's so many people. Oh, Chris, got it. Chris dang near is one of my boxing coaches. He's a team member, but he's there holding mitts for me whenever I need him. Chris is a real champ. My mom, my girlfriend, my brother Zach, shout out Dizzy Mufasa, my sisters, Natea, Denisha, my dad, a lot of people, man. It's a whole bunch of people. I would be here all night. I wouldn't be here if it weren't for everyone I said, plus some more. This has been a journey.
Well, a journey it is, and like I said, it really sounds like you got a good support system behind you. With your teams and your friends and your family members all supporting you, and it doesn't sound like there's a whole lot of backlash on the career choice outside of what you do during the day. So I'm really happy that things are coming together well for you. You have a you're already set up better than I was. You know what I mean? So I think really the sky is the limit, and I can't wait to see you throw down and just do what you do, man. Mix it up in there. The biggest thing is just go have fun, man. Right now, it's not about stacking the W's. It's about learning and just figuring things out for yourself and how you want to proceed. You know what I mean?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So
One
you
more
got a
thing.
good hit on your shoulders.
Got one more things. Of
Do it.
course, my Lord and Savior. I can't forget that. I feel bad forgetting it a little bit, man. But thank you, brother. I appreciate that compliment, man.
Yeah, like I said, you sound like you got a good head on your shoulders. And no worries, because the big man upstairs, he already knows, right? He already knows.
Yes, sir. He knows how I feel about him.
Exactly. So I want to thank you for coming on the show. Again, just tell my audience here when the fight is and where they can watch it.
Fight coming up January 30th on Sparta Sports and Entertainment. I'm sure my brother here will post the link on this video. Watch out for a war. There's gonna be blood.
All right, Dyvonne, thank you very much for your time, man. It was a pleasure speaking with you. And hey, man, get that W. We can do it again, man. We can
Yes,
either do a post fight or we can preview your next fight. It doesn't matter, man. You keep in touch, all right?
sir. I love it. You have a great night, brother.
All right, man. Have a good night.
Yes, sir.
All right, dude, that's it, man. Thanks. That was a great interview, man. For on Amy, you're fucking smart. You already fucking seem like you know what you're doing.
Thank you, brother. Yep. Hey.
That's half the battle.
Fight. Yep.
That's half the battle, man.
About 40% of it.
Yeah, all this mental bullshit before the fight. I mean, interviewing you, it sounds like you've been fighting for years. Like you've been doing interviews for years. Like this is just nothing new to you. That's key, man. that confidence, that, you know what I mean? Even if you lose, man, right now you're sitting at Amis. That all goes away once you turn pro.
Exactly.
It all goes away once you turn pro. So right now, of course, the win is important, but it's not as important as, you know, what you can learn in these competitions. Okay, so trust me, you don't want to fucking just be a 2 and done like me. You don't want to be a washed up amateur competitor. You want to do the damn thing for real. So just learn as much as you can. Just learn as much as you can. And that's all you got to do, man. Like I said, you're a pretty smart kid. I think you figure it out pretty quick.
Thank you, man. I appreciate that, man. I was kind of nervous at first. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Nah, man, you did
once
great.
We started, I felt good.
Well, see, that's the thing too. One thing, and I got this recently. I've heard this before, but we've been watching a lot of The Walking Dead, right? And King Ezekiel, I don't know if you follow the show, but he's from the kingdom. And Carol, she figures out his bullshit. And he was telling her, fake it till you make it, girl. You know what I mean? And really, like, that's great advice. It's great advice. You know what I mean? Because eventually you're faking, because nobody knows that you're faking it. It's you know, you won't even be able to know the difference. You know what I mean? It'll build the confidence for you. So just roll with the punches, man. You're doing great. You're doing great.
Thank you, brother, man. I appreciate it.
Let me tell you this real quick. Because I'm talking to the Sparta page because I told them that I would handle some interviews for them. You're the first name they threw at me. So
really?
That's showing that the promotion's got some confidence in you, right?
Man, that is good, man. I really do appreciate you telling me that. That makes me feel a lot better. That is awesome.
Yeah. Well, that's what I'm saying. So they definitely see something there. You know what I mean? So all you got to do is just keep doing. Don't change anything. Just keep on the path that you're on right now, and you're gonna do great, man. And look, you have me on Instagram. If you need my phone number, I can get that to you too. You ever need anything, you just call me, bro.
Yes, sir. Thank you, man, brother. I really do appreciate it, man. Really do appreciate it. We're gonna run these numbers up.
That's it, buddy. That's it. All right, man. Well, as soon as I'm done doing all the prep work and getting this thing sent off to editing, and I get it posted, it may take a couple of days because we're in the weekend. But as soon as it's put up, I'll make sure I tag you on all platforms. Are you on the big three?
I got Insta. You talking Insta, Twitter, and Facebook? Yeah.
Shoot me all your ats. That way I can go like all your pages. And then, like I said, as I'll upload them onto each platform and make sure I tag you in them. All right.
All right. Thank you, brother.
We got it, man. We got it. One and done, baby. You're good. You knocked this one out of the park
too. Yeah.
You knocked this one out of the park. Just go focus on your fight and go catch that W, brother.
Thank you, man. Talk to you soon.
You're welcome, brother. Have a good night, man.
And I'm still in the game like Nintendo. And one day you gon' see me on Vivo. I'm swaying no morning like way on my headphone. Can't you tell that I'm blessed and I'm let go? Cause I see through the pressure like Winslow. Touchdown when I made it like the end zone. A celebration with my fam and a real one. My fans say I got the juice like a priest. My resume will show a lot when I make it. So give me a good reason why a nigga made it famous. Probably cause I ain't none. She need sign in the street, make a million. Bitch, you know I got a life, bitch, I'm chosen. I feel a dinner in my prime, did you know this? Shot must be your wrist, so fuck it, I'ma take one. Time ain't coming on, you see the big picture. My time is coming on, you see the big picture. It's been nice to couldn't sleep through the pain. And a lot of shit going on in my brain. I'm running back starting off as a rookie on the bench. Nowadays I'm a starter, I'm playing. And I'll never go down like it's limbo. That's my pot, take a slice like I'm Kimbo. I thought the music shit when I was little. Now I'm still in the game like Nintendo.